Welcome back, everybody, and here we are for the Selling Basics module, the third video. We're talking about the customer journey and how you can really help to define that customer experience so that you can make it a good experience.
Yeah.
Without really knowing what that experience is, it's going to be hard to provide a quality experience. So talk to us more about that customer journey and why that's an important step.
Yeah, so first I think a lot of people skip this part because they want to be flexible and creative. And actually, once again, the critical counterintuitive is you actually are less flexible if you haven't mapped it out. If you have it mapped out in a process, you're able to be more present with the customer, and then you're able to make adjustments based on the kind of template that you have.
Yeah, no, I
Versus
agree.
shooting from the hip.
Right.
You're not able because you're like a little worried, like, all right, I'm talking to this customer. What else am I going to give them? Like, so you're not fully present
Right.
in the whole sales process.
Right, and you're thinking numbers in your head, trying to figure out like, oh, if I did this and this and this and this and this, it would cost about this. Instead of thinking about how can I solve their problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so the journey is actually designed to help you as well as the customer, so you can lead them in the correct direction. So if you create that
absolutely.
journey and you're like, all right, well, first they're going to fill this form out, and then second I'm going to put them maybe through this consultation, and then third, I'm going to offer them this product and then that one. They should all you should be having the thought of, how do I get these patients or these clients to be my client for life?
Mm-hmm.
And I used
Love
to
it.
say that to personal training clients back in the day when I would sell them, even if I wasn't training them. I would say, my goal is to make you a client for the rest of your life. And they would always laugh. And I say, that's the level of commitment that I want to have to make sure that you don't need to go anywhere else. Because you know what? People will always go somewhere else. Is it
Yeah.
going to be with you or someone else?
Right.
Right? And
Yeah.
so I'd rather them stay with me. And so it's my job as a professional to figure out what that journey is and what they need
Definitely.
in advance for them, because that's what a true professional does. If you were like a brain surgeon and you came in, you're like, hey, what do you think? And they're like, I don't know, what do you think?
Yeah. Yeah.
Should we do
What would
surgery?
you like to do? Yeah.
That would freak you out. It's no different.
So true.
So you're in a profession, if you're taking care of people's bodies and you're getting people to get from one point to the next.
Yeah.
And obviously, a lot of these people are hiring because they're not confident in their own knowledge of how to
So
do
true.
it. So
I love
they
that.
need you to lead the way.
Right.
So it's your job to map it out.
I love that idea of, the brain surgeon's a great, I don't know, how would you like to go about treating this?
Yeah, you're like, okay, never mind, I'm out of here.
Yeah, I'm going to go find another brain surgeon. But why is it any different with knee pain or back pain or getting in shape, We should have solutions for them and say, hey, this is the course of action I think you should take.
Mhm.
So bundling that or packaging a specific plan of care together and having that mapped out for them so you can say, this is the plan of care I think you should take. Now there's this option and this option, right? So there's the Cadillac option, there's it's going to get you a little bit better, but really isn't what you want. And then the main option of like, this really is going to help you get you to where you want to go.
Yeah.
And that's the one you really want to sell, but you offer both so that they have choice.
Exactly.
So that they have, some of those things. But really, by having that customer experience mapped out and having that package together, you can help fit their needs
Exactly.
to what you offer. But if you haven't defined what you offer to yourself,
Yep.
how do they know?
Well, the other thing too is it'll help you be more confident in your sales presentation,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of times you'll get objections.
Right.
that
Oh,
maybe-
all the time. Yeah.
That they're really not objections of like, I don't want to do this long-term program. It's what they're really saying is, I don't see the reason why I need to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a journey mapped out where you're like, okay, this is how I work with my clients. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's like an assumption close, and you go, this is how we do things here in my office, and we do this and we do this, and this is why we do it. Then we go here because of this.
Oh,
Then we go
yeah.
here because you're thinking of this, but really this needs to happen. You're really not going to see your main results for maybe 2 years down the road.
Right.
But this is a program, and whether you decide to stick with this or not, I still recommend that you do this.
Right.
So if it's not with me and you have to go somewhere else, that's fine. You can still give them that advice, but say, but this is the process. Like,
Right.
there's no getting away from this process. You know, you can't
This
cut
is-
costs
yeah.
here. It's just it's a
This is the
matter
way
of-
it's done. Yeah. If you want to lose 60 pounds, it's not going to be done in the next 6 weeks,
Yeah.
right?
And a process is going to be executed, and so
I
you,
love it.
you
I
map
love
it out for them, and then you explain to them, like, look, you know, this is how this works. So I already have it mapped out for you. It's a lot easier if you like to just stay on board with me and travel with me the whole time, because
Right.
I already know your previous experience,
Oh yeah.
and I'm building on top of that versus you starting and stopping over and over again and going to
So
someone
true.
else. And you know, if they're price shopping, it's because you didn't do a good enough job of showing them why they need to do everything with you
Yeah.
and how you're going to get them from where they're at to their end result.
Oh, I love that. And again, in my industry in physical therapy, all the time I see patients that aren't ready to commit, or that do have those questions, and so they often will fall off right at that point of like, my knees don't hurt so bad anymore. I can live with this
Yeah.
level of pain, or I can live with this, so I'm out. You know, and really they're so far off of their actual goal that
Yeah.
you kind of set with them at the start. But they're like, well, I'm not in pain anymore, so I can live with this.
Yeah.
And so the big problem there is you didn't help them understand that journey and where it could take them, and where they can head, because you really just sold them on pain relief
Exactly.
rather than on that whole journey and where you take people and what they can accomplish. And so to avoid those drop-offs, that's the whole key, is having a specific package in
Yep.
place that you can implement, you can show them, that they can commit to from the very beginning.
Plus, that also goes into your branding.
Oh
And
yeah.
What makes you unique is you could be the physical therapist, the personal trainer, the doctor, the whatever.
Right.
Of like, okay, you go to this guy if you just kind of want to show up. He's going to give you kind of a laissez-faire look. You're going to pay him, and you're going to leave. No one really wins on either end of that.
Right.
Or you can go to this other guy who has it all mapped out. And what he's going to do is he has a 18-step, a 24-step, a 10-month
Yeah.
process of this is what he does. Then he takes you from here. Then he takes
Right.
you from there. And that person's going to go. You'll be shocked. And in your own life, how many times you would prefer, and you'll pay even more
Right.
for that, because you're looking for a result,
Right.
and you don't trust something that's just kind of from the hip.
Right.
You just naturally you just don't trust
We
that.
don't. Well, and if you can define their goal for them, if you can say, look, this is your goal and it's here on the journey, and you're right here on the journey, right? If you have your journey mapped out, you can say, like, this is where you fit into the journey. You're at step 3 of my 24
Yeah.
steps.
Yep.
And we want to get you to step 24. So, like, this is what we're going to have to do to move you through that
Yep.
ladder to step 24.
Yep.
That makes a lot more sense to people than just like, yeah, we want to get you better, and we're going to relieve your pain, and you're going to feel great, and we'll get you back to walking up and down the stairs again. And it, you know, stairs may be, you know, step 4 on their 24-step
Exactly.
journey, right? Where if we don't have that mapped out, they're really not going to know where to go.
Yeah, and plus, as you do it, you get better at
Mhm.
explaining your process. So you get your repetitions on.
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I know what this person's gonna think is best for them at stage 5, when really they're not even close,
Right.
and but they're deluded into thinking that they're done.
Right.
And so it's my job to go, okay, look, in step 1, you're gonna do, by the time you get to step 5, you're gonna believe you're done.
Mhm.
And because this is how the body
Right.
will feel, but you're really not. You have to get all the
Oh,
way
right.
through the process.
Yeah, if you can define those points for them, they're going to really buy into you, because it's like, oh man, he knows this stuff.
Yeah,
He knows what he's talking about. He's seen this before. And so defining that customer journey from beginning to end, super critical. You're going to blow people's minds and help them trust you so much more.
Yep. And not only this, defining the process will make you more money for your business
Definitely.
and save your client more money in the long run. Because if they have to keep starting and stopping, that's more expensive, because there's more cost to it than just
Right.
their knee hurts. It's not, now they're not hiking with their kids. How much is that worth?
Right. Oh, absolutely. And then they go in and get another MRI.
Yeah.
When
they
they
pay
had one
another
3,
guy.
yeah, and they pay another guy. Well, they go to their primary care doc, and then they go get the MRI, and then they go back to their primary care doc to have them tell them about
Yeah.
their, you know, all those types of things. And those costs just compound and compound, when really, if you had just kept them working with you, kept them as part of their journey and helping them define those stages, you could have helped them avoid all of those start and stop costs and so many other things. You can really give them their life back and help them to see that 24th step goal,
Yep.
and know where they're at in relation to achieving it.
Exactly.
That's huge. That's huge. And so that's a way to keep getting not just more money, but more investment of your clients from them for themselves in your business and in you. They invest really in you.
And let's, before we end this video, let's make it real clear. There's nothing wrong with making money.
No, absolutely not. And we maybe haven't addressed that enough. Making money is a great thing because it provides the lifestyle that you want to live, but it also allows you to serve your clients better.
And it'll bring you more peace, and it may, as long as you're using it the right way, it could help make you a better you, in the sense of you're more well rested, you're not as stressed, you're not thinking in a scarcity mindset, so you're able to deliver more value.
Yep, love it. So true. And it all starts with really defining your business in so many ways. The USP, getting your branding and telling your story, and then defining that customer journey so that you can help them along their story.
Exactly.
And it's a big step. So thanks so much. These are kind of the basics of selling. Now we're going to get into more selling strategies. What are some of those techniques and strategies that we need to use? So that's coming up in the next module. Join us there, and we'll catch you later.